Hey everyone, and happy Halloween, because I know this video is dropping on Tuesday. This is a video so many of you have been looking forward to. If you missed it, in our last video, Steve and I teased that we had two big announcements we were going to share. One of them Disney related, the other not. So what we've decided, what we're going to do is we're going to do the first announcement right now, and then we'll do the Disney announcement at the end of the video. And also, I wanted to do this extra intro real quick because as you'll see in the footage, yesterday we had a little crazy, a little chaotic day, all in a fun, good way that we're excited to share. So with that, I'm gonna take you now to yesterday afternoon. Okay, we ready?
I think so.
Okay. We have a new member of the family.
Yes, meet Skylar.
Hello, Miss Skylar. She's so precious. Yep, we got a new puppy.
Yes, she's so cute. Tiny.
Yeah.
Totally forgot about this puppy phase, but we're loving every minute of it. But
For sure.
Figure we tell you, how we got her and kind of talk about that. So
Yeah.
I've been searching for Labrador rescues for a long time, and we just had no luck at all whatsoever. We know we wanted a Labrador because that's been our family dog, right?
Our original dog who we've mentioned before, Miley, that she was a golden lab.
Yeah. So we found her, and she is perfect. She resembles Miley and totally connected with us. We made sure that she came from a very good place, so no puppy mills at all whatsoever.
Yeah.
AKC, purebred. We interviewed the breeder as well, so all things considered, she was the right one for us. So.
Yeah. And if you haven't already noticed by the footage, she has taken such a liking to Caleb.
Oh my goodness.
I think I say this in the video, just heads up, I say it a lot in the video. But we had such a fun day. She wasn't actually supposed to be here until like 11:30 in the morning, but then we were laying in bed at like 7:30.
So let's describe why we weren't fully prepared. So she actually came to us from Missouri. So
Right.
There's a pet transport service that brought her to us, and the original window was 11 to 11:30.
Right.
Thankfully, I paid attention to my phone when
She
we were
showed up
in
at
bed.
7:45 in the morning.
So
We thought we were gonna get up, go to Starbucks, go to
Yeah.
Target, run to the pet store and get a few things. Nope. But I have to say, what a great way to start your day than with puppy snuggles.
oh, absolutely.
So next you're gonna see literally the first time she ever set foot in our house and our morning of playing with our new baby Skylar. Here she is, her first time home. Oh,
Oh, look, she's running.
here she is, folks. Learning the space.
Hey! Skylar!
Oh, she likes your feet.
Dad,
Where you going? What you doing?
this white ball, this green ball.
Come here. Come here. Come here.
Hey! Skylar! Catch!
Oh.
Oh.
Nice, guys.
Oh, she wants to play with you, Caleb.
Yeah. Skylar, you're so funny. Run!
Here she goes. What do you think, bud?
Good, I love this new puppy,
You
Skylar.
love her puppy, Skylar. Oh, she's got that.
told
See,
you.
that's what that's what we're talking about, Caleb. You got to make sure you pick up your stuff because she will get anything. So you might want to take that from her. I don't think you want her to chew that up. Okay, and then put it up here where she won't get it. Okay. But you can point her to the ball because she liked that ball.
Hey, ball! Hey, Skylar, there's a ball over there! A ball!
There you go. Yeah, you got to show her. There you go.
Skylar, it's a ball!
As you can see, she's still kind of exploring. She's getting used to her new environment. What do you think, bud?
Good, I love this song, but Skylar did diss me.
Yeah, she was a little nippy, but and little man, he is just covered in dirt. They've been having a great time in the backyard.
Him try to work.
Oh, she's trying to get your juice?
Yeah.
Okay. Here, how about Dad take your juice? I do have to say, she does seem a little nervous, like when she's in the house. She is so far proven to be an outdoors dog. She's been having so much fun outside.
I just always like it. I love it. It's so silly. I didn't have a dog mitten me too.
Giving you kisses. Giving you kisses. Hi, Skylar. Oh, so sweet.
You're cute. You so cute, doggy.
But yeah, we went to PetSmart today. We got her some toys, some things just for her teeth and stuff. Our old dog Miley had both of pretty much all of this kind of stuff. She absolutely loved it. So we'll see if it's the same with Skylar. Bud, she is following you around.
Hey, follow me.
Little Miss Skylar is conked out. Yes. She's had a very busy day, so she is sleeping in our living room right now. She looks absolutely adorable. She looks very peaceful. So right now, Caleb is watching Haunted Mansion. So we got it's Halloween weekend, so we've got the Halloween movies going, and Steve is making his famous club sandwich.
Famous.
What?
Famous.
Famous. It is. So good.
And rather healthy.
If you haven't seen the vlogs in the past where Steve has made this club sandwich, this is my favorite thing he makes. It is so delicious. We've got some sourdough bread. We've got roast turkey. He uses Sir Kensington Chipotle mayo on there, some lettuce and tomato. Oh, and the bacon. This is better. So he was inspired by a restaurant we go to up in Scottsdale. This tastes better than the restaurant. Oh, there she goes.
Good job.
You guys just chilling?
Yeah, it was leaning on me like a bag.
Yeah, she loves you. I know I keep saying this, but like, dude, she loves you. She thinks you're the best.
They're already best friends, obviously. So it's it's going very well.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I was inside. I'm trying to get a handle on laundry, and Steve's just like, bring the camera out,
Get the
quick.
camera.
But we've been playing ball with her, and she's, oh, look, I love the little hop she's doing, you guys. But it actually kind of took a little bit for her to get going, but now she's becoming a pro. One thing I do have to say, and I totally forgot about this when we had our first dog, Miley, she's been sleeping so much. She's tired. She's tuckered out. But Caleb's been hanging out here. You had your dinner, right? We had some hot dogs for dinner.
Oh yeah, you can see this on this.
I do. What?
Someone else just taught me this.
Oh, okay. Whoa.
You bad.
Oh.
You bad.
She really likes this ball too. It's like this it's kind of like a tiny little soccer ball. Actually, I guess it's more of a volleyball. A tiny little volleyball we got from Disney World. And Miss Skylar. And here she is just a few moments later. Little Miss is back to sleep. So what do you think of our new Little Miss?
I think I can no longer wear these plain black t-shirts anymore.
Oh,
Totally
yeah.
forgot about that. She's adorable. She's
Right.
absolutely adorable. And I love how much Caleb's gravitating towards her.
Yeah.
So they're doing a great job, playing very well. So yeah, I'm very happy.
Yeah. When Caleb was really, really little and we had Miley, I was a little nervous he was going to be too rough with her.
Yeah.
He always wanted to ride her. So,
Well, she was a big dog.
Yeah, he was little though.
Yeah.
So, but he's been doing really well.
Yeah, gentle.
With Skylar.
Being patient. And of course she's teething, so he's figuring out, she's not biting me. She's just, like, her teeth are new.
Yeah.
So, like, we're working on that.
I had a talk with him earlier because he was like, she's bad. And I was like, no, she's just little. And I kind of told him, you were little and we had to, be a parent. You got to kind of be a parent to her.
Yeah.
And he thought that was kind of a cool idea.
I told him that Caleb used to bite us, too. So, it all works out. Full circle.
But, yeah, we're having a nice, relaxing Sunday. I think, so Caleb is washing up right now, brushing his teeth and stuff. And I think later on tonight, we're going to watch some scary movies because it's almost Halloween.
Yeah.
We're going to have our first night snuggling with Skylar.
Yes, which I'm curious how much sleep we get tonight. So
yeah, that is true.
We'll see.
Just to document this, I guess, we did get her this little sleeper here, and we've got it in our living room here. It's pretty small. I think she's going to outgrow that pretty quick. And then up here in our bedroom, excuse the unmade bed and the laundry, but we also got her this little sleeper, and it's kind of nice because it zips up on the top, zips up on the side, and it's nice and soft in there. She can relax in there, and it's obviously very well ventilated and stuff. This is just like mesh, whatever. But what's really cool is that it folds up. It folded like completely flat, so you can take it with you wherever you go. I thought that was cool. So she's going to be sleeping with us tonight. Caleb is very excited. Well, let me flip the camera around. So yeah, Caleb was very excited. He really wanted her to sleep in his room. I think at least for the first few nights, it's best if she sleeps with us. Like Steve just mentioned, when we had Miley for the first night, she kind of cried and whimpered pretty much the whole night. He got like no sleep. So that may happen tonight. We'll see. But yeah, it's just probably better if she's with us tonight. Well, good morning, little miss. Where's she going? So it is the next morning. It's about 6:20 in the morning. She did so good, you guys. She did so good. She just had a little bit of whimpering. She woke up about an hour ago. Steve got up and went outside with her for a bit. Came back, and he fell back asleep. But she was ready to get up. So here we are. And you know what? Caleb's probably going to be up in a little bit anyway. So our first morning with Miss Skylar. This is too funny. She is like, I mean, I know we've only had her for like, we're just approaching 24 hours. She loves being outside. And so I brought her out here. She was kind of whimpering, so I think she wanted to go outside, but we relied a little too heavily yesterday on just going out our back door. So this morning I put her in her crate with the gate open. So I wanted to make it her choice, and she just found her doggy door again. So she just went outside. Although she keeps coming in and out. But yeah, she loves being outside. How you doing, baby girl? So we've got this crate set up, and like the door is open so she can come in and out of it. And we've got like a nice little bed on here. And then this is a doggy door we had installed with our last dog. But yeah, so it's pretty cold outside. So I think I'm going to go outside with her right now just to keep her company. The little girl had quite the fun morning. And now already it's only 7:40 and she is tuckered out. So Caleb came downstairs this morning at around like 6:35. I think I heard him at like 6:30 waking up. He came down, and him and Miss Skylar had quite the fun morning for the past hour. They were just like, oh, she just loves him. She is just so drawn to him. It is adorable to watch them, but they had a very fun, rambunctious morning. Caleb was trained. I didn't film it, unfortunately, because Caleb comes downstairs in underwear and refuses to put on clothes. So I was like, I'm not gonna film you. But him and Miss Skylar were going in and out of he was teaching her how to use the doggy door properly, and it was a hoot. But yeah, she is completely tuckered out now, so. Okay, so it is a little bit later. We are going to start working on some things. I haven't quite decided what we're gonna make for dinner tonight. I'm kind of thinking burgers. But as tomorrow is Halloween, there is something I want to make tonight. This is going to be our third soup for soup season. I make pumpkin soup for Halloween night every year, but this year I'm doing something different. As we all know, soup tastes better the next day, so that's why I'm making it tonight. Now, I do have to say this, unlike the French onion soup and the tortilla soup, the pumpkin soup, I don't really have like a go-to recipe. I kind of just find one every year, like on the internet. Tonight I'm using one from the website Food and Wine. It looks pretty good, so let's see what it's all about.
And probably the reason why he hasn't found a go-to recipe is the first year he decided to actually use a legit pumpkin. And that was a nightmare.
It really was. A pumpkin is much harder to cut up than I thought.
Harvesting a pumpkin is nearly impossible. I had to do it because you gave up. You got frustrated. So do not use a real pumpkin unless you are well trained.
Yeah. And while I work on the pumpkin soup, I've tasked Steve with, because I know you're watching this on Halloween night, more than likely, so we're going to show you another Halloween cocktail. The first one was Harvest Moon, which was more of an old fashioned. So what have you got for us tonight?
I love that you called it Harvest Moon, but it was called a Harvest Old Fashioned.
Oh, okay.
But Harvest Moon is
I like Harvest Moon
phrase.
better.
I think I'm going to rename it that because it wants to just have another riff on Old Fashioned. So it's officially renamed Harvest Moon. We're going to do a Black Manhattan. The color is perfect. It has rich flavor. It's spicy. It's perfect for Halloween.
Perfect. And also, we have not forgotten. Actually, we did, but it just now popped in my head. We have another announcement to make. It's our second announcement. It's our Disney announcement, so we'll do that shortly.
All right, so for the Black Manhattan, we're going to have a 3 recipe here. It is a classic Manhattan riff. We're just substituting a few different things to make it a Black Manhattan. So we're going to start off with a bourbon. We're going to use Maker's Mark. I'm going to measure out a total of 2 ounces. Next, we're going to take, this is what makes this a Black Manhattan. So we're going to actually take Amaro. So Amaro is a very dark liqueur. It's got that spice profile there. And of course, the color is black. You can't even see through that thing, right? So that is what makes this a Black Manhattan. So for this, we're going to measure out 1 ounce. And for the last ingredient, we're going to add Angostura bitters. We're going to do 2 dashes inside our mixing glass. Add some ice, stir, and we're going to strain it over our cocktail. Look how dark and rich that
I was
is.
gonna say, that looks great.
And then we do a good job. Oh, sorry. And we do a good job of like waiting until Halloween's passed for us to go hit the clearance section. But look at these cool like little skull cocktail picks. So we're gonna put that.
Very stylish.
We'll put the Luxardo cherry right there. And that's it. So here you have the Black Manhattan for your perfect Halloween cocktail. I also realize that anytime we do a cocktail, we always say, and here you have it. So here you have it.
Well, it looks awesome.
Yeah, that might fall off, so just be careful.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, I've had your Black Manhattans before. Very tasty. But I do have to say, I love the little gold skull cocktail pick. I picked it up by the wrong end because I wanted everyone to see the skull. Very cute. I like this a lot.
It's a nice little flourish. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So by the way, I don't know if you could hear it. Caleb's laughing in the background. He's playing with Skylar.
Yeah. I think he's in the crate.
In a crate, so. Oh, there he is. One in the corner. We know you can go out. So here's Mike with his expert knife skills,
Yeah,
going
right.
out the onions, and I'm going to back off because I don't want watery eyes, so teary eyes.
So far, I don't think these are the strongest onions,
Yes.
so that's good.
Did you ever tell them about the goggles we saw?
I put it on Instagram. I didn't put it on YouTube, but we were at the specialty store. It's like the gourmet market we go to, and they had these special glasses. They look like something you'd wear if you're going to go skiing.
Like goggles, yeah.
Yeah. But actually, they look like Oakley's. That's what I was thinking,
Okay.
because they kind of wrap around, but they're literally called onion goggles. I think it was onion eyes or onion
Something like
goggles
that, yeah.
or something. I thought that was so clever. It was like $40.
Yeah, very clever.
Whoa, okay. So I didn't get them.
Yeah.
I have to admit, reading over this recipe and getting everything ready, it seems like this one's pretty simple. Right now I'm melting some butter, and I'm gonna add some chopped white onion, adding this can of pumpkin, and then we've got an assortment of seasonings, some dark brown sugar, and then we'll finish it with some vegetable broth and heavy cream. Regardless, however it turns out, in case you wanted to try your hand at it, I will link the recipe down below, but you know, fingers crossed that this one comes out really good.
So I forget how often puppies sleep. So
yeah.
I was like,
that comment earlier.
I was trying to be available to Skylar, but she's already napping again. So I wasn't filming Mike prepare this, but we went from cutting onions to a base.
Well, I've been talking about this for a bit. No, this is like pretty much done.
Okay, well I haven't
I was gonna just cut quickly to make this like a quick segment.
Yeah. All right.
But see, grab the camera.
Here we are. Again, I'm never in the know.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so I just got an Instagram message from Priscilla to please make a pumpkin soup video. So I wasn't planning on doing it. I was just gonna do a quick little thing. But I mean, this soup has been so simple so far. As I was telling Steve, like the soup is pretty much done. I pretty much just put all the ingredients together, and now I'm waiting for it to boil. I'm gonna simmer it for 20 minutes, and then we're just gonna add half a cup of heavy cream. And then of course, after that, we'll just season it to taste with salt and pepper. But I mean, this has been super simple, super easy. And of course, the sip I took just before I started on getting it to boil tasted pretty good. Tonight on Turner Classic Movies, they've got Halloween movies playing, and I couldn't help but look at my beautiful decorations. And also this morning, so last night we forgot to turn the candles off. Obviously they're fake. I came down here, it looked so spooky when I woke up with Skylar this morning, because it was still dark outside. It was quite the presentation. After simmering for 20 minutes, I added a half a cup of heavy cream, and so now we're gonna let it cool for 10 minutes. After it's cooled for 10 minutes, the recipe tells us to move it to a blender where you'll puree it until it's smooth. You can definitely do that. It doesn't say this part is optional, but I've made plenty of soups in my time. You could probably leave it here and you just have more of a rustic style soup. I'm gonna blend it just because I want to follow the recipe, but yeah, it smells awesome.
So since you're doing the soup the day before, would it actually increase in flavor if you didn't blend it until tomorrow?
I don't think it would really matter.
Okay.
I think either way it would be the same.
Yeah, I mean, you're still incorporating all the flavors.
Yeah.
We're not removing anything, right? So,
Yeah, it's the next day. It's like the flavors marry, is what they say. That they marry.
That's what I don't
in
understand.
the refrigerator
I don't
overnight.
understand what happens.
So they
Like,
develop more, I guess.
Is it better if it's like little tiny bits or big bits? I don't know.
Okay, so while my soup cools, I think we're gonna take little Skylar out for her very first walk. At least it's her very first walk with us, right?
First watch ever, she's traumatized already.
She's like, I don't know what's going on.
And just like that, first walk ever. So we have always done harness because we don't like the whole like choking factor of a collar. and it's always worked well for our pups. It looks like it's doing pretty good for Skylar as well. You like the harness, baby? So, yeah, whatever.
Okay, and here is my finished soup. I did pass it through my blender. I have a Vitamix, so I put it on the soup setting, and I feel like it incorporated a good amount of air into it, and so it is very thick, very creamy. It also developed a nice color in there as well. So, yeah, I think it's ready. I'm just going to kind of fix the seasonings with a little bit of salt and pepper, and then I'm going to put this in the refrigerator and let the flavors marry. There's going to be a little wedding in my fridge, apparently, and then tomorrow we're going to have a really delicious pumpkin soup. Okay, jumping in again real quick. I just seasoned it with some salt. Oh, yeah. This is awesome. Very, very good. Okay, I do have to say, sorry, my refrigerator is going right now, but I do have to say, I'm going to have to take back what I said before. I would definitely run this through your blender or use an immersion blender, something. Like I said, it incorporated a good amount of air, made it like really silky and thick. Oh, this is delicious. I can only imagine what this is going to taste like tomorrow after the flavors have developed further. Yeah, so like I said, I'm going to go ahead and link the recipe down below so you can try it. Oh, this is great. And Miss Skylar is just, I keep calling her Miss Skylar. I need to stop that because I want her to just be Skylar. But Skylar is just relaxing in her little bed. Caleb has gone to sleep.
You say little miss, but that bed is already looking small for
I
her.
know.
Right?
I said that yesterday. I was like, she's going to outgrow this pretty quick.
Well, with like parvo risk, we didn't want to take her to the PetSmart to be able to actually like see which one was right. So that's the one we bet, and it's gonna fit her for like probably 2 weeks, but
Right.
It'll do the job. She's comfy, she's cozy, and it's kind of what you want from the get-go.
But now I think it is time for our big Disney announcement.
Our big one. So,
Yeah.
Mike, you got to come in frame for this one.
I do.
Yes.
All right, so we get this question all the time.
All the time.
Every live, it's asked like so many times, and we're at the point now where every time we drop a video, no matter what it is, we get this question.
Yes.
So here it is. We are going on a Disney cruise.
That we are. So
It is booked.
Yes, it is booked. We're going in the spring during Caleb's spring break. So we are very cautious about making sure he wasn't missing any time.
Right.
It's booked. It's on the books. We're going to start planning. We're about 138 days out from sailing. So we're very excited.
Absolutely. Now, we've said this a few times before. We were actually initially looking at cruises right before COVID hit, and so wiped that off the slate. At the time, we were like, if we're going to do it, let's go big. Let's go on the biggest, newest Disney ship. Let's go for 7 days. Let's do a classic Caribbean cruise. Yeah, we're doing like the exact opposite of all of that.
Down. Well, it's not that bad. I mean, it's a 4-night...
Oh, it's not bad at all.
No, it's a 4-night cruise out of San Diego, and it's going to be Baja California. We're going to have Catalina Island in there as well. Convenient for us because we could just drive to San Diego.
Right.
And hop on the cruise and get a nice experience. What I really want us to do is just get a taste of a cruise to see if it's what we like.
Exactly, yeah.
And then we can go into the big stuff later on. So, like those 14 days Mediterranean cruises. So we'll see. But very excited about this. And yeah, we need your tips. We need your advice. We need your comments. Please help us out because we are novices to this thing.
Yes, novices indeed. I have to say, I think we know a lot about like the Disney parks and the movies, but when it comes to the cruise lines, we don't really know anything. So, but what ship are we going on?
The Wonder.
So it's an older, smaller ship, from my understanding, but Steve did get us a great room.
Yeah, so we have a 1-bedroom concierge level suite with a veranda.
Yeah.
So I think that's the best way to do it if you're going to do it for the first time.
I think so, yeah.
Yes. Which means that Mike will be spoiled here on out.
For sure.
But, why not do it? Just do it.
Yeah.
If you can.
Well, we are very excited, if you can't tell. Like, so much going on right now. So much good news. And I'm so glad to share it with all of you. I know you're all getting a kick out of this.
Yeah. We got a new puppy, so of course we go on mini vacations. That doesn't make sense.
We've got some time, though, so...
And we have dog sitters already lined up.
We do.
We
have
are
a lot of
responsible-
people eager to take care of Skylar.
Responsible pet owners, that's for sure.
Well, I think that is going to wrap us up for tonight. I hope you are all having a happy Halloween. We will be vlogging our Halloween, so on Thursday you'll get to see what we're going to be doing tomorrow.
Okay. Fantastic. Well, we're watching our movies. We're getting our traditions done.
Yeah.
Preparing for tomorrow, but we know it's going to be a great time.
For
so
sure.
very excited for a great Halloween all around.
We hope you liked this video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And from our magic family to yours,
Enjoy.
enjoy.